Government and the trade union, the OWTU and trade unions have agreed to disagree on the matter of Petrotrin. Now, they held an almost 2-hour meeting here at the office of the Prime Minister with 18 trade union leaders and a 6-member team from the government, including the Prime Minister. And a short while ago, Minister of Planning and Development, Camille Robinson-Regis, she told members of the media that the government's position on the closure of the Petrotrin Refinery still stands.
Our position is that the workers must be taken care of. The fence-line communities that are affected by the closure of the refinery must be properly dealt with, and the objective now is for the Board of Petrotrin and the OWTU is to sit and work out the separation packages that need to come forward.
And the government again reiterated that it is not closing down Petrotrin but restructuring the company and of course closing down the refinery.
The leader of the OWTU made the point that they had brought certain issues to the Board of Petrotrin, that they have had discussions with the Board of Petrotrin, and that where they are now is that they want the government to re-examine its position as it relates to the decision to close the refinery.
And the trade union leaders, when they exited the office of the Prime Minister, they spoke with members of the media, and OWTU General Secretary Ansel Roger is actually still talking to his members and members of the media. Our reporter Ian Wason was there when Mr. Roger exited the building, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what Mr. Roger had to say about the 2.5-hour long meeting. Good evening, Ian.
Good afternoon, Karen. Now, the meeting started just after 3 o'clock this afternoon, and they emerged from the meeting about minutes to 6. So about 2.5 hours the meeting went on for. Now, speaking to us after, speaking to the media, Ansel Roger, who is spearheading the entire trade union movement, of course he mentioned that there were other issues apart from the Petrotrin issue they were discussing, because the Rest and Reflect Day was launched back in June 19th. That was on Labor Day. So there were other issues. Now they talk about outstanding negotiations as well as retrenchments. But of course the Petrotrin issue did take center stage. He said that the government were adamant about closing down the refinery part of Petrotrin, and they stated, he said, the Prime Minister stated that they were acting on the advice of the experts, and therefore they were adamant that they were doing the right thing. Of course the union had a different story. But what happened is that they will go into an emergency meeting, and the emergency meeting will be at the SWWTU hall, and they will go straight from there when he is finished with addressing his comrades here, and they will go, and he has declared war. In fact, he said that the SWWTU hall is the war room, so they are going to talk and strategize their next step. But he said that the Rest and Reflect Day is on tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much, Ian. Ian Wason there giving us a little bit about what transpired when the OWTU exited the building this evening.